let's hope he doesn't miss it, because he was marvellous young footballer.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Big Match Special, which comes to you today from Blundell Park, Grimsby. The game is Grimsby Town versus Wolves, and I can promise you this, there's a real feast of goals coming up. In fact, there was only one other match in the country where there were more goals. Scored that down in London, where Hull City beat Orient 5-4. So all the action to come, but before the match, we enjoyed a little bit of nostalgia.
Well, March the 25th, 1939 was the most memorable day in Grimsby's history. Against all the odds, the club reached the FA Cup semi-finals and met Wolves at Old Trafford. The crowd, would you believe, was 76,962, and in the early minutes there was a dramatic incident when Wolves forward Dickie Dorset collided with the Grimsby goalkeeper George Moulson, who had to be carried off on a stretcher. Well, Wolves went on to win, scoring 5 goals, and that was the closest that Grimsby ever came to Wembley. Well, today, 45 years on, Dick Dorset and George Moulson are firm friends, and they're both here today, no doubt reminiscing about that day. With them, 4 more players who took part in that game. The Grimsby halfbacks, Alec Hall and Ted Buck, left winger Freddie Crack, and the Wolves wing half, Joe Gardner. And they're getting a fine reception here at Blundell Park. The Warriors of 1939 and that never-to-be-forgotten match.
Well, it's always nice to see the stars of yesteryear, isn't it? But this is 1984, Grimsby Town against Wolves, and let's have a look at today's teams.
And a great day for young Stephen Dorber, the Grimsby Town mascot, who leads the side out. And a day he'll never forget. Well, it's glorious weather here in Grimsby for a match which should give a good indication as to the potential fortunes of both these clubs. Wolves are an improving side who've won their last 3 league games, and Grimsby are building nicely, and having just missed promotion last season, feel they can make it to the First Division this time. Well, this is the team that hit 6 Milk Cup goals against Rotherham on Tuesday and is tucked in just behind the leaders. And what a week for Paul Wilkinson. He was selected in the England under-21 side to play in Turkey next week, scored in that match against Rotherham, was today named as the Young Player of the Month in Yorkshire, and passed a fitness test on an injured ankle this morning. Well, apart from the last 2 facts, read ditto for Gary Lund, who can also travel to Turkey next week and scored in midweek. His partnership with Wilkinson means substitute duty again for the club's leading scorer, Kevin Drinkle. Wolves are just settling after being relegated last season, and this is the team named by Tommy Docherty, who was involved in a car accident earlier today, but it takes a lot to stop the irrepressible Doc, and after hospital treatment to a head injury, he's dashed up here to see the team perform. And the referee today, Trevor Simpson from Sowerby Bridge near Halifax. This only the 10th Football League game in which he's officiated since he came on the list at the start of the season, and a first opportunity for us to see him on television. So Grimsby Town get us away for this Second Division encounter against Wolves. Grimsby in their usual black and white stripes with the red numbers on the back. Wolves today in all gold, and they're defending the Osmond end. Evans under that one with Kevin Moore, the Grimsby captain. And a long chase on here, and Flowers having to come a long way out of his goal, hesitated for a second and then cleared the ball. That long ball could have caught Wolves out. As it is, Crombie takes the throw. And again, Dodd was up for it, appeals for handball, obviously not given there against Ainscote. Phil Bonneman there passed the fitness test this morning on a thigh injury he had. Long searching ball down the middle, and Chris Nicholl at the age of 38 still reading it as well as ever. Getting across there, and a slip by fullback Humphrey, and that's played the ball straight to Phil Bonneman. Now a chance for Grimsby perhaps on the break here, and that's a good ball. Played out wide by Foley, and coming inside here is Wilkinson. Now Empson. Going to lay it back for Crombie. 4 men already in the box. And the ball canninging off Ryan. And the free kick given against Evans for pushing on Moore. Now the long kick, just outside the area. That's going to be a free kick the other way. And here's an old friend of ours, shading the eyes just because of the sunshine. Derek Dougan, the chief executive of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Always nice to see the Doug. Evans. And the deep cross there, not yet away, but Tony Ford has a chance to bring it down the flank now. Outstrips Ainscough, comes inside. Good run this by Ford, and he's managed to play the ball inside for Phil Bonneman. Empson's out wide on the left, and I suspect will receive it now from Bonneman. Here's Empson. Inside him is Foley. 2 men at the far post, and that's where Foley aims it. Ford's there. Now Wilkinson, good turn, good try from Paul Wilkinson. The sort of razor-sharp skills which has attracted the attention of Dave Saxton. Wilkinson really didn't have very long here as Foley floated the ball across, and it's Ford who gets the knockdown. Now look how quickly Wilkinson controls it and hits it in one, and he's not far away, you know. Ford, good little header as well. Oh, and Lund has helped that one on beautifully to Empson. Now Paul Empson's very quick. He was one side by Tommy Docherty for Derby, and here's Empson getting in the cross. Oh, and Dodd over the top of his own bar. And I certainly didn't intend that. He seemed to flick his head at the last moment, Alan Dodd, intending to clear the ball. It went the other way, just over his own crossbar. So problems created immediately by Empson. And again, it's going to be Tony Ford, this time with an in-swinger. And again, it's a long one. And is that over the line? It is. It's a goal for Wilkinson. 10 minutes gone. Paul Wilkinson puts Grimsby ahead, and all credit to the referee, who was in a perfect position. Ford has been taking the corners longer than we're used to seeing them these days, and in comes Wilkinson, and a good header, and despite the presence of the Wolves defender, it's over the line. It's his 10th goal of the season. He made his debut, in fact, against Wolverhampton Wanderers in our televised match here 2 years ago. Well, unlucky. The combination of Wilkinson and London not quite coming off then. Bonneman's had quite an influence on these early stages. It was he who turned the ball back to Kevin Moore there, but a poor clearance. Oh, what an extraordinary kick by John Pender, the Wolves captain, and I would think that anybody in the Wolves director's box who saw that would have winced. He kicked that ball fully 40 yards, slicing it right across in front of his own goalkeeper for the most extraordinary corner I think I've ever seen. Well, Phil Bonneman has had a very, very good start to this match. He'd like to get a goal today. He got one in midweek, and he's got 3 so far this season. Grimsby scored from their last corner. What can they do this time? They nearly got another one from Lund. Tony Ford's corners from both sides of the pitch are causing problems to Wolves here. This time he does aim for the near post, and it's young Gary Land who soars magnificently there, but just clears the bar. Flowers is working overtime at the moment. No push in the back, play on, says the referee, and as soon as I say that, of course, he blows his whistle and does give the free kick. Well, they're building from the back. 3 of the back 4 have touched the ball so far, and now Barnes comes forward. He's got Butler outside him, Ainscough inside here. Ainscough perhaps going to have a shot. Oh, a screaming drive from Alan Ainscough. Batch was beaten all ends up there. And Alan Ainscough will feel himself badly done to. He really did smack it. Well, let's have another look at it. It's certainly well worth seeing again. Just how well Alan Ainscough struck that shot can be seen. What a perfect shot that is. So Nigel Batch will be having 1 or 2 palpitations, I imagine, after that. Humphries come in field right into the centre circle to receive that ball, but doesn't deliver a good pass. The free kick this time is against Wilkinson. Well, Trevor Simpson next Saturday will be refereeing Whitby Town's FA Cup tie against Chesterfield, so he's certainly seeing this part of the world. And he's had a good game so far. Batch makes a good clean catch. Under no pressure, so Ford clips it down the line. Lund turning his man, keeping the ball in play. The grass here a little bit long in parts, and it's just holding the ball up. Now Wilkinson trying to get a deflection on, but Humphries there for Wolves. Played by Moore, back to Crombie. And they're trying to beat the offside, and they've beaten it as well. Oh, but, unfortunately for Wolves, for Grimsby, Wilkinson just couldn't keep his feet at the crucial moment. And that is what they call spread eagles. And I think it's as much as anything an overstretch here, perhaps, as Dean Crombie clips the ball forward. The Wolves defence caught, and there's Wilkinson's stretch, and he's just caught as he goes down. Well, it must be of some consolation to David Booth that sitting next to him on the bench, he's got Kevin Drinkle, one of the most respected strikers in Division 2. A useful man to be able to bring on. One must wonder now about Wilkinson's possibilities of playing for England in the 21s. Here are Wolves coming forward with Cartwright just outside the area. Another good intervention by Chris Nicholl. Nicholl really has had an excellent start to this match. That's not a firm header from Dodd, and they're getting themselves into a bit of a tangle once more at the back. Always sounds an awful thing to say, but it seems to me that the Wolves defence are trying to play too much football. Wilkinson's coming back on. That's what the roar is for. There he is, just coming into your picture now. I'm sure he wouldn't like to miss out on that opportunity this week in Turkey. And And we've had over half an hour here. What a good ball that is out to young Ryan, the 17-year-old from Ireland. Ford. Again, a poor header from Humphrey this time. Setting up Foley, who'll do well to keep possession here. It's Humphrey who wins it back. Barnes were probably trying to find Evans down the middle. That was Evans there underneath Kevin Moore. His header was an excellent one. And now Empson showing that pace again. There was a bit of an expectancy in the crowd here. Lunnell trying to set it up. Oh, goodness me, Wilkinson nearly took somebody's head off with that one. And there'll be a free kick here. Crombie against Evans. Paul Empson really is one of the quickest players in the country. Pender's free kick is extraordinary. It's gone right behind Barnes, who has to chase back to get it. That certainly wasn't very progressive for Wolves. I think Mr. Barnes is just telling him that. Play on, says the referee. But it's Grimsby bringing it through once more. Wilkinson trying to make a dash down the inside right position. Ainscow concedes the free kick. The youngster leaving it to the older player, Chris Nicholl. Just older by 18 years, that's all. Kevin Moore won't be too pleased with that, and once more it's Nicholl who tidies up for him. Nice little header from Wilkinson. He's so good in the air, and he's found Empson once more. Tries to trick his man, Ryan. Crombie down the middle, Lunnell trying to get the header on. Wilkinson! Always so ready to have a crack at goal, Paul Wilkinson. He's got one goal and had two other excellent efforts. And this is the hallmark of a striker, ever willing to have a go at goal as soon as the opportunity arises. Oh, a chance here once more for Wilkinson, who'll get inside the area. Just Pender in front of him, tries to turn it back, maybe Foley. Lund, here's Ford, hits the goalkeeper's legs. Eventually it's away by Dodd. And quite how Wolves are surviving without conceding another goal at the moment is almost a mystery. It's Wilkinson who starts it all off, really. He got away in the clear, got into the penalty area without any difficulty at all, did the right thing by turning inside Pender, and then when the cross goes right over to Ford, he delivers the perfect shot. It comes back off Flowers and is cleared by Dodd. There's Ford again. Now Crombie, oh, that's a good intervention. Oh, by Pender, who now gives it away to Wilkinson. And Wolves really are getting themselves into bother most of the time. Here's Empson once more with that pace. I think it's too far. And Grimsby's football bringing a round of applause. Well deserved too. Seagraves. Young Chris Seagraves here has probably played more matches than he expected when he joined the club due to the injuries of one or two other players here, and Lunders battled well. Dodd stuck to the task and in the end gets a goal kick. But Alan Dodd's had a torrid first half along with John Pender. And he knows it. time, Nicol does balloon his clearance a little, straight to the young Dubliner, Ryan. And once more it's Bonneman who takes the ball away from Wolves. Now finding Lund, that's a good interception by Dodd. Much more alert then. Oof, nearly given away once more by Wolves. I think Tommy Docherty might have a few strong words to say to some of his players at half-time. Batch way off his line, under some pressure, has lost the chance here. Cartwright, he hits it in. Well, Chris Nicol was on the line, so there wasn't a lot of danger in a way from Cartwright's shot. We can see this again from behind the goal. Barnes delivering the cross, and you see how far Nigel Batch comes out of his goal. He's put under pressure by Buckland and can't make the clearance, and from that moment on, the goal is in danger with a shot screwed wide. Wearing spectacles, Tommy Docherty. Well, it's nice to see him grinning, isn't it? Nothing can keep this chap away. I think the incredible thing here is that with just 5 minutes to go to half-time, it's only 1-0, really. Wolves have hit the bar and had one other chance. Grimsby must have had at least half a dozen. Foley. Given away this time. Credit, though, to Ryan for coming back and picking the ball up there. It's a hack by Pender. And Seagrave's unable to find Ford. Away by Moore. Seagraves and Empson try to build down the left-hand side with Wilkinson. Oh, what a delightful little flick back to Empson. Now his pace has brought him into a great position. Paul Empson inches away from the second goal. And Grimsby must feel that that's a great shame that didn't go in. It would have been a beautiful television goal, that one. From the moment the ball was flicked forward here, Paul Wilkinson makes this sort of diagonal run. And look at this for cheek and assurance. Empson now picks it up, takes it on at great pace, and when he gets the shot in, there's just the slightest of deflections from Flowers which keeps it out. Corner from Ford, long one. Moore's up there, gets a firm header in. Now Lund off the line by Ryan. Well, this really has been invigorating stuff at times. Play on, the ball struck Foley on the hand. The Wolves' defence must feel as though it really needs that half-time breather. Seagraves. Inside the penalty area is Wilkinson. And it's a penalty. Is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's all calm down. The referee pointed, but of course he was pointing for a goal kick. Managing to get his head to it. Pender knocks it away. Oh, chance for Ford here, trying to get round Barnes. What an extraordinary own goal. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie. David Barnes scores the perfect own goal. Flowers is disconsolate. And Wolves really have been asking for it because they've caused themselves so many problems. Ford puts Barnes under pressure and he loops it almost to perfection under the bar. Well, we can see it again. I'm sure Barnes won't want to do, but from the other angle, you can just see how that ball soars over the keeper into the net. (2-0), and no more than Grimsby deserve. Well, Barnes will want to make up for that. Really must be an awful moment for a young footballer. And a tremendous moment for Grimsby to get their second goal. just a minute from half-time. Empson. A long ball for Lund. Barnes is given a tremendous roar by the Grimsby crowd, who are delighted with him. Almost be half-time, a little bit of injury time for when Wilkinson was down. Here is Wilkinson now, delivering a super cross as well. It was knocked away by Humphrey. Crombie keeps it in play. Evans out for Buckland. Little's been seen of him in the midfield. And to be honest, Wolves haven't had much time, either in attack or midfield, to catch their breath. A bit more promising for them here, though. 2 men up, cleared by Seagraves. Left Liverpool to get first-team football. And he's done well. Moore's header, Foley's overhead kick. A brave header from Wilkinson. Once more, Chris Nichols under that one first. Seagraves second, and now Ford. And we've had 30 seconds of injury time. Wolves still trying to find some consolation in this first half. Ford's taken the ball away and asked Wilkinson to chase that one with Dodd. Can't quite get there. Once again, the Wolves' defence in a little bit of disarray. I think the referee's probably enjoying this so much he doesn't want to blow his whistle. It's away by Seagraves, not a good clearance this time, straight to his opposite, number 2. Ryan gets the corner. Well into injury time in this first half, and the referee just looking at his 2 linesmen. So there isn't long left for Wolves to rescue something in this first 45 minutes. And they've got their corner. We'll have to see how it comes about. And there is the whistle for half-time. A really entertaining first half here. Grimsby going 2 goals to the good. Paul Wilkinson giving them the lead after 10 minutes. And then just a minute before half-time, that extraordinary own goal from David Barnes, which gives us that half-time score here at Blundell Park of Grimsby Town 2. 5 minutes are as good as the first. We're in for a treat. Still a perfect day for football. Lovely conditions here at Blundell Park. Well, the Grimsby manager must be absolutely delighted with what's happened in the first half, but of course you've got to keep it going. Ryan. Humphrey. Away by guess who, Nicol. The super game, Chris Nicol. Well, I'm sure Tommy Docherty's had a lot to say to his team in the dressing room at half-time. It was certainly anything but an impressive performance by Wolves in the first half. Their central defenders in particular getting themselves into a lot of muddles. Of course, the game very far from dead at 2-0. Crombie, good clearing header. Now Moore's has to do the same with his feet. Langley, his first touch. Humphrey finding Ryan down the line. Not a bad ball from Ryan either, and that's going to be a free kick to Wolves right on the edge of the box. And it would be a tremendous shot in the arm, of course, for Wolves if they could get a goal back at this early stage of the second half. The four-man wall formed just in front of Ainscough and Ryan, who are working things out between them. Ryan runs over it, Ainscough clips it, and Batch off the line, but didn't dip over the crossbar by very much. Nigel Batch has had one or two alarming moments in this game. He has another one here as he comes off the line of this, has to scuttle back, it just clears the bar. And that ball getting through to Lund via Ainscough. He's still battling for it with Foley. Now Bonnyman. Won't quite get through to Ford. It will now from the ricochet. And Ford now racing onto Lund's pass inside the area. Oh, wrestled off it. That's a penalty. That's a penalty against John Pender. And this was all about Tony Ford's pace. He races on for that long through ball. Pender was always struggling to get to grips with Ford, and undoubtedly held him off there as Ford was hustling and bustling and trying to get inside the area. So Mr. Simpson points to